In the Daily Surprise video Natural History Tour, I said the Hope Diamond has such an interesting story, it might get a video all of its own. Well, here it is. The Hope Diamond is this rare blue colour. It's 45.52 carats, insured for $250 million, and cursed. Well, the curse is one of those Indiana Jones style curses, as in, cool story bro. It starts with a French gem merchant, Jean-Baptiste Tavernier, who stole the blue diamond from the eye of a Hindu temple statue, and the Pujari, who were Hindu priests, put a curse on whoever held the diamond until its return. Soon after, Jean-Baptiste came down with a raging fever, died, and his body was eaten by wolves. The truth is, the French gem merchant purchased the diamond on one of his many buying trips to India in 1653. He then sold the diamond to King Louis XIV of France for a letter of annoblement and 172,000 ounces of pure gold. That works out to about $220 million in today's money. And of course he wasn't eaten by wolves. He lived to old age as a wealthy noble. King Louis XIV recut the blue diamond and called it Le Bleu de France. He bequeathed it to his son, Louis XV, who turned it into a medal for himself called the Order of the Golden Fleece, which in turn he bequeathed to his son, Louis XVI. And then the French Revolution happened. During the French Revolution in 1792, the crown jewels were stolen. 3 months later, King Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette were beheaded. Although the Order of the Golden Fleece was recovered, the blue diamond was never seen again. Or was it? 20 years later, suspicions were aroused when a London jeweller, Daniel Eliasson, reported the possession of a massive blue diamond 2 days after the statute of limitations for revolutionary crimes had expired. This diamond, sold without details of provenance, was definitely not Le Bleu de France because it's in a slightly different cut. He sold it to British banker Henry Philip Hope, who bought it on behalf of his older brother, the famous author Thomas Hope, who died a year later. Oh no, I'll have to inherit this huge diamond I just bought with my dying brother's money, Henry must have thought. So Henry Philip Hope inherited the diamond and started a new line of bequeathing that all ended when the fourth Henry Hope, Lord Henry Francis Hope, 8th Duke of Newcastle, sold the jewel to pay off his bankruptcy in 1901. It was sold to Sultan Abdul Hamid, who in turn sold it a year later to settle his debts. Then it was sold back and forth between jewellery merchants until it was bought by socialite Evelyn Walsh McLean. She lived in Washington, D.C., so we're getting close to its current resting place. Miss McLean died in 1947 and bequeathed the diamond to her grandchild, who, as history repeats itself, sold the diamond to settle her debts in 1949. The new owner was New York diamond merchant Harry Winston. And finally, Le Bleu de France, now the Hope Diamond, would find itself in the National Museum of Natural History's Washington, D.C., when Harry Winston generously donated it in 1958. He sent the diamond in this envelope via regular US registered mail. I guess the lesson of the Hope Diamond is that history repeats itself until somebody decides to be different. Or it's just don't be a knobhead.